So the Steelers have reported to training camp. Antonio Brown is present. The second half of what should happen after that, you've already heard it from me, so we're not going to go back into that. But Rob Rossi will tell you what he thinks should happen coming up in about an hour. Also, Kevin, Le'Veon Bell was also there. Le'Veon Bell also addressed the media. We will hear from him in about an hour or so and hear his comments. But we do know he didn't go into detail about the appeal process. We know we might expect some kind of decision within the next couple weeks. Mid-August is the target date. But he issued an apology.
As he should.
As he should. Now, are we necessarily sure what the apology is for? Not so much. But he did issue an apology. So it leads us to believe that maybe there is something that was done, some mistake was made, but we don't know exactly what yet.
Well, I mean, he's, according to reports, and what bothers me is that the NFL hasn't, neither the NFL nor the Steelers have addressed this specifically to say, yes, he has been suspended or he will be suspended pending appeal. But Bell, if you look at today's cover of today's Trib, I don't want to be a distraction. Well, too late. I mean, that's the real problem. He's offering an apology for nothing less than being a distraction, if you ask me. I mean, he's already kind of marred the entrance of training camp, and I guess AB arrived in a little bit better style than you and I today.
Oh, he arrives in better style than me on my best day, the best I've ever arrived. So I'll never be able to top that.
No, I mean, I think that's the thing is that Le'Veon Bell, now it's just too little, too late. I don't, When you've already become a distraction before training camp even started, when you've already cast a shadow over the first 4 games of the season, it doesn't really matter what you say or how this appeals process turns out. I mean, perhaps he can get the 4-game suspension, which is a reported 4-game suspension, reduced in half. If you remember, Ben Roethlisberger had a 6-game suspension reduced to 4, and I'm not sure if it was Bell. Did Bell have a suspension?
It was a 3-game suspension last season, was reduced to 2.
Right. So, that's a possibility, but Mike Freeman had a report for Bleacher Report this morning that I tweeted out. If you follow me on Twitter at @KGorman_Trib, and he's already shown that to his teammates. His teammates have already come across as a bit skeptical that they're going to be playing without him, and
even though he claims he will win the appeal, still claims he'll win it, but
they're basically, according to a report that he's saying that he had provided the wrong phone number, that he's changed phones. And that's not a good enough excuse. I mean, it comes across as a lame excuse, as a lame attempt to try to get out of this. But what it really comes down to is that his selfishness in the offseason is going to cost the Steelers during the regular season, no matter whether it's for 4 games or 2 games or 1 game, or even just a matter of providing a distraction entering training camp. Training camp is supposed to be an exciting time for Steelers and their fans. And right now, they go into it with some serious question marks. And I don't think he's the only one. And I think for an offense that was supposed to be talking about their goal of wanting to score 30 points a game, right now you have a question mark at tailback, a question mark at wide receiver, and with Ladarius Green being on the PUP list, you have a question mark at tight end.
Now, Mike Tomlin also spoke for a little bit yesterday. We'll hear from him also later on in the program. But he pretty much very non-committal about the situation. He says he's in the appeals process, so let it play out. He wasn't going to speculate. We didn't hear a lot of Mike Tomlin's feelings about it as far as that particular situation, but there have been a few, at least directed in my attention, a few people that are wondering how much the Steelers and Mike Tomlin should be held culpable for this, because we're discovering that the Steelers didn't know to a certain degree that this could be a situation. But does any of this fall at Mike Tomlin's feet? Does any of this fall at the organization's feet, in your opinion?
Well, I don't want to blame Mike Tomlin or the Steelers organization for Le'Veon Bell's actions, although as a repeat offender, you would have hoped the message was made clear to him. And so if you're going to give them any blame, it's that the message may not have been made clear enough to Le'Veon Bell that this type of behavior or that this type of reaction to the drug testing process wasn't being taken seriously enough.
Now, we continue to talk about this, and like we mentioned, the appeals process is ongoing. Mike Tomlin says they expect to hear a decision within the next few weeks, which targets around mid-August. And, of course, we'll keep you updated here on Trib Live Radio.